I have been so marginalised. We've been so left out, hated, discriminated against. Politicians don't touch us because we think we're too hot, or I am. Yes, and White Ribbon were with us, and I know you want to take the issue up, and they pull out at the last minute because they want me to disappear. Then every other organisation gets a fright when they hear about the name Destiny Church or Brian Tamaki. And yet, dear God, I don't smoke dope, I don't sell meth. I haven't drank alcohol since I was 21. I'm not a criminal. In fact, quite the opposite. I say to the new Prime Minister and to the new government that I want to say to you that Destiny Church and their successful ministries that are happening, particularly with Man Up, reforming, sometimes the worst cases in society, and I say that respectfully, who have previously terrorised your neighbourhoods, are now being reformed to productive, working, employable, responsible fathers and mothers, and they are regaining again the hope of having a better future for them in this country of New Zealand. So I want to say to you, we want to work with you. Jacinda, we want to work with the government. We don't want to be pushed aside. I have never made ourselves, in a sense, in a position of thinking that we can do everything by ourselves, that we are a group that is exclusive, locked away, has cult status. Those things have been all made up by some people who were deluded at the moment and wrote about it and everybody believed it. We're the most open church I know. Government minister though, about other issues with Andrew Little, Justice Minister, and he is very positive about what I'm doing with Man Up with Tūtangata. Tūtangata Man Up and Legacy is having great results with a lot of our Māori men and our Māori families. So we've been talking about the disproportionality that Māori are facing in all negative statistics actually, but particularly the prisons. So I want Man Up and Legacy to be able to get into all our prisons, and I assured them that in a year's time I can change those stats.
What were you able to take away from anything from those talks?
Very positive. From our introduction at Parliament not so long ago, he realised then that he wants to work with this with Tūtangata Man Up because of the results it's getting. And I assured him after the 6 or 7 years we've been running it that I believe it can make a big difference on the reoffending numbers in Māori. So.
I think it speaks volumes about the sort of person he is.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, who writes that sort of stuff? First of all, trying to incite violence, revolts in prisons, and then expect me to allow him to go in there. It's just there's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah, what do you make of his political gang rape this morning?
It's disgusting, and like I say, that speaks more about the sort of person he is. It's offensive on every level. If that's his form of Christianity, I don't think many people really want that.
Yeah, he does have a big following though, doesn't he?
Well, hopefully he doesn't after this. I mean, hopefully people will be able to see that and see through the sort of person he is, and hope to go to some other
I want to start by saying I am a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. I stand here as a Māori woman and a Christian. I stand here as a wife of 39 years with 40 years of experience helping thousands of New Zealanders through the ministry that I have built alongside my husband, Brian. Today I stand here as an extremely concerned New Zealander. Over the last 6 months, I have been watching the sort of things that have been taking place in the media and the direction that this country appears to be heading. I'm not happy. I am concerned. I am worried. For this reason, I will be leading the new party, Coalition New Zealand.
It's nice that you've come. Thank you very much. I believe that this Labour government is taking our country in the wrong direction. Our Kiwi way of life is in danger. Our freedom, our values, our culture as a people, as we knew it, as New Zealanders living here, has been in danger because of the harmful policies that have been coming from this government. And as you know now today, that we have for some time been thinking about this launch of a political party from Waitangi weekend. I alluded to it, and subsequently with some of the discussion that I've had with people around me, we've come to this conclusion that we needed to launch officially a party now in the climate, the political climate that is actually the reality of why we need to do this. And so today, I believe you're going to see politics with teeth, because this is a party that's led by leaders, and I think that's something that's been lacking from the Labour Party and also a little bit from the National Party. But there's one thing clear about this party: it has leadership, and leadership is what's lacking right now. So I believe, as you are patient with us today and will answer questions later, that this party is desperately needed right now in this country. So I believe that many of the silent majority of people out there have a vehicle to be able to express their voice. And I believe over the next ensuing months and leading up to the election, you will see that this is a party that more than just Christians will connect to. I believe the wider public of New Zealand are looking for a vehicle that can express what they feel about this present government. So that brings me to this, and I'd like to do something kind of interesting, because I think this is the first time, I think, in any political expression, that a husband and wife is actually standing together. So for 40 years, my wife and I have built this ministry, the church, and been on the coalface with the people. And I believe because of the time we have, plenty of time, that together this shows to a country that I believe has gone further away from family values. Because the cornerstone of any great nation is strong families. A father and a mother and their children and their grandchildren having the confidence that their future is going to be secure. At this stage, there isn't such a promise of security for our following generations. Thank you for coming out today. You know what? We cannot stay silent any longer. It's time for our voices to be heard. And they are not hearing our voices. I've been around a long time in this country, born and bred and native, and I find that every time I've voted in many elections, I voted believing the politicians that I put in there and the parties to represent us, that they would be listening to the voice of the people and sensitive to what the needs of the people are and the families that work hard every day in this country, giving their lives, raising their families, hoping that they would represent us better. But that has not happened.